Welcome to the screencast-o-matic video version of the continuation of the notes for doing areas using polynomial multiplication. We're going to start with example 2, and when in doubt, sketch it out. So for all of these area problems, I want you to draw a diagram. So we're going to draw a diagram. It says an oil painting is 10 inches longer than it is wide and is bordered on all sides by a 3-inch wide frame. If the area of the frame alone is 402 square inches, what are the dimensions of the painting? So we're going to draw that out. We've got our picture, we've got our frame, and the area of the frame alone is 402. So it says here, an oil painting is 10 inches longer than it is wide. So if this is the width, then the length is W plus 10. And it's got this 3-inch frame on all sides. So that we know that the area of the picture plus 402 is equal to the area of the whole thing. And I think the way we did this in class was that the area of the picture is equal to, so if we subtract 402 off both sides, is the area of the whole. That would be area of the whole minus 402. So I hope you can see that that those are the same thing. So the area of the picture, the length times the width of the picture is W times W plus 10. The area of the whole thing is going to be that length times that width. So this length is going to be W plus 10 plus 2 times 3. Because you've got W plus 10, and then you've got a 3 over here and a 3 over here. The width of the whole thing is going to be the width plus 2 times 3, because you've got this width plus 3 plus 3. And then the rest of this equation is minus 402. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that out. W squared plus 10W is equal to, and then let's simplify that before we FOIL it out, because this is kind of a mess. So I have W plus 10 plus 6 is W plus 16. And this is W plus 6, and then minus 402. So W squared plus 10W is equal to, when we FOIL that out, or do the monkey, we get 4 terms, W squared plus 6W plus 16W plus 96 minus 402. Okay, W squared plus 10W is equal to W squared. Combining these two like terms, 22W. Combining these two like terms, we get a minus 306. And if you need to check those on your calculator, I would encourage you to do so. Now, if we subtract W squareds from both sides, and let's go ahead and subtract 22W, then we're going to get negative 12W is equal to negative 306 divided by negative 12, and you get W is equal to 25.5. Okay, so that is the width, and that would be inches. And so the length from our problem is W plus 10, so that is 35.5 inches. And those are the two dimensions of the picture. Now I thought that those 0.5s were kind of peculiar, so I went back and I says to myself, okay, if we know that the width of the picture is 25 and the length is that this would be 25, that would be 35, then the width of the outside of the frame would equal 25.5 plus 6, which would be 31.5, and the width and the the length of the outside of the frame would be 35.5 plus 6, which would be 41.5. Okay, what I would encourage you to do, well, I'll go ahead and do it. 31.5 times 41.5 is the area of the hole. And if you take out your calculators and multiply that together, that's 1307.25 is the area of the hole. And the area of the picture is 25.5 times 35.5, and that's equal to 905.25. And so if you say 1307.25 minus 905.25, you actually do get 402 inches squared as the area of the frame part. And so I just wanted to justify that for you, that this really works. But the answer to the problem is that the width of the actual picture is 25.5 and the length is 35.5. So let's move on to another problem. A rectangular fish pond is twice as long as it is wide. So let's go ahead and draw the fish pond itself. And the width and the length is 2W, twice the width. And it has a brick walk that is 2 meters wide. So all the way around, that's 2, 2, 2, and 2. Sylvester had enough bricks for the area of the walk to be 76 meters squared. Okay, so the bricks here, and I'll just go ahead and shade that in as long as I'm here. The bricks of this area are 76 meters squared. So we can say in words, the area of the hole is equal to the area of the bricks plus the area of the pond. So the area of the hole, let's go ahead and the width of the area of the whole area is W plus 4, because we have W plus 2 plus 2. And the length, the width is this way, the length is 2W plus 2 plus 2 is 4. And so that's the whole thing, and that's equal to the area of the brick, which in the problem it says 76, plus the area of the pond, which is W times 2W. Okay, now now that we've got it set up, it's pretty easy. So we're going to FOIL out this side. 2w squared plus 4w plus 8w plus 16 is equal to 76 plus 2w squared. Okay, the 2w over here and the 2w squared over here cancel out. We can combine these like terms. 4w plus 8w is 12w. And subtract 16. 12w is equal to 60, and w is equal to 5 meters. And so the length would be twice the width, which would be 2 times 5, which would be 10 meters. So our dimensions are length is equal to 10 meters and width is equal to 5 meters. And when I say dimension, that means both length and width. Okay, let's work the last problem. A rectangle is 10 meters longer than it is wide, and I would encourage you to actually turn off and see if you could practice this, and then turn me back on and see if you got it right. But I will go on ahead. A rectangle is 10 meters longer than it is wide. If its length and width are both decreased, I'm going to draw this bigger because we can't see that. Because we're going to decrease the length and width. So here's our rectangle, and it is w, and length is w plus 10. We're going to decrease the length and the width by 2. So this is 2, and that is 2. And its area is decreased by 48. So, so the big one is going to be w times w plus 10, and we're going to, if it's decreased by 48, and that's the size of the smaller one. So the smaller one is going to be, the width is going to be w minus 2, and the length is going to be w plus 10, also minus 2. So we have, I'm going to go ahead and distribute that. W squared plus 10w, whoop, minus 48 is equal to w minus 2 times w plus 8. W squared plus 10w minus 48 is equal to w squared minus 2w plus 8w minus 16. So these two w squareds are going to go away. We can combine these two like terms. 10w minus 48 is equal to, we get a 6w minus 16. We can subtract 6w, which is 4w minus 48 is equal to negative 16. Add 48. 4w is equal to 42. Nope, 32. W is equal to 8. And that would be meters. And the length is equal to w plus 10, which is 8, plus 10, which is 18 meters. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.